Welcome to the story behind the image. This is a photographic journey of my trip to Mount St. Helens in October of 2004. The 2,400-mile drive across the country had views like this, which had me stopping way too often. With a beautiful sunset on the highway in South Dakota, the following morning, just south of Rapid City, South Dakota, is Mount Rushmore. Later that afternoon, I drove through sections of Wyoming. I finally hit snow in Idaho as I crossed the Continental Divide. That evening, I got a room just outside the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. Staying in the tiny town of Morton, I woke up extra early and headed south down State Route 131. And this is some of the beauty that I captured early that morning. The just rising sun shoots these incredible laser beams through the morning fog. I'm actually hanging out of my car window as I'm taking these shots. A mile into my hike along the back side of Strawberry Mountain, I turn the corner to this magnificent sight. What becomes blatantly obvious at this point is the incredible destruction of the 1980 blast. I'm 7 miles away here. The timber still lays where it was thrust over by the atomic-like blast. She is still a very active volcano. Upon further review, zoomed all the way in with my 300mm lens, you can see the crater is slowly being filled back in with rock and ash from the last 2 days of activity. I was determined to get to the top of Strawberry Mountain, which gave an unimpeded panoramic view of Mount Rainier, Mount Adams, Mount St. Helens, and Mount Hood. Its altitude is only about 5,200 feet, but I was cutting fresh tracks to about 14 inches of snow. I found myself catching my breath about every 10 steps. I call these cinnamon rolls. As I was walking up the mountainside, you would hear rocks falling all the time. And as they fall, they gather snow and they roll up kind of like a fire hose until they get too big and then they fall over. So this must have been a small little avalanche that just happened right in front of me. After spending the afternoon on top of Strawberry Mountain taking some of the most breathtaking images I could even imagine, I was driving back to the hotel calling it a day, and I see this sign that says Iron Creek Falls. Pull the car over and follow this little trail, and this is what I saw as I walked through that trail. The end of that trail revealed Iron Creek Falls. After feeling re-energized from the incredible shots at Iron Creek Falls, I decided to head back to the closest public observation point allowed. I'd already taken a lifetime's worth of incredible pictures. What else could there possibly be? There were 4 of us at this observation point, all admiring the setting sun casting that orange glow on the steam of Mount St. Helens, when one of the men said, "The moon!" I quickly swung my camera tripod around as the full moon started to reveal itself. casual observer may have thought I was in shock, but I was just in awe. I just couldn't believe the day I just had. At this point, I don't even know why I'm still pressing the shutter. I had every possible image I could even imagine that I could have gotten. And at this point, I'm just waiting for my memory card to fill up or my battery to say done. But then the powers that be decided that I wasn't quite done yet. Being an astronomy buff, in the back of my head, I knew what was coming. I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that my day would end with a lunar eclipse. The battery light was flashing, and I had one picture left on my memory card. So I set up the tripod and gave myself a 30-second exposure. At the tail end of dusk, this was the end of my day.